is that, man, I seen him live his life. You know, sometimes it's not what people say, it's what they do. And I've seen him, go through ups and downs in this program. I've also seen him, reach out to others when he's hurting. And he has a attractive recovery, man. And watch this. Today, not only is he a member of Narcotics Anonymous, but today I can call him a friend. And with that, he's no stranger to you. I'm going to give you Raymond R. from New York. Raymond, I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself.
All right. Thank you very much, Anthony. Thank you to all the readers. I see some very, very beautiful faces here. I'm an addict, and my name is Raymond. I'm coming out of Brooklyn, New York. Grateful to be clean. Grateful to be a member of Narcotics Anonymous. Narcotics Anonymous is an incredible, fabulous, magnificent a fellowship that I love dearly. And my assignment is the second step. And I I'm from Brooklyn. So if they ask you to speak on a topic in Brooklyn and you don't speak on a topic, there's like 6 people that want to talk to you after the meeting. They want to ask you, did you know it was a second step meeting? Did the chairperson fill you in? So I'm going to do my job and share the second step. All right. The second step says we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. All right. And so now I want to say this from the beginning, that when I got clean, I had a lot of difficulties with certain words, right? A power greater than yourself, higher power, God, as you understand. Anything with a spiritual connotation, I kind of had issues from my past. I think in the second step in the step working guide says that we all come into NA with our all individual history, past experiences. And it says to a large degree, our beliefs are molded by our experiences. And I didn't have good experiences when it came to spirituality. So I didn't have a good belief when it came to spirituality. All right. And so I kind of believed if there was a God, he had a hammer in his hand and he was smashing me every time I did something wrong. And that my addiction was in fact consequences of being a bad boy, let's say, so I didn't have a good spiritual perspective. The first step says that we had the inner unmanageability, there's outer unmanageability and there's inner unmanageability. And the inner unmanageability is caused by untrue or unhealthy beliefs we may have about ourselves, about higher power, about love, about intimacy, about friend, whatever. We have these untrue and unhealthy beliefs about many different things. They cause inner unmanageability. And if we don't address these untrue or unhealthy belief systems, we'll be living from them. And so when I approached the second step, I had a lot of issues. They didn't have the step working guide. Now, if you look at the step working guide, there's questions like, do you have any barriers, right, to coming to believe? I had a lot of barriers. Let me give you a couple of them. I experienced sexual abuse as a little boy in a religious basement. I have my best friend got killed by a drunken driver when I was 7 years old. My father left me abandoned. I have these. If there's a loving and caring God that you people talk about in NA, then where was he when I was 8 years old? Where was he when I was growing up? He must have not liked me. He must have not liked my family. I didn't see any evidence of a loving and caring presence in my life before I came to NA. I saw punishment. I saw pain, suffering, misery. And so the second step is very powerful. Let me see if I get in the basic text. All right. The second step in the basic text says this. So I want to share with you. I only got a couple of minutes. And Anthony, let me know when my time is up. Give me a 5-minute, wind me down. I had to come to believe by looking at you people, by listening to you people. I didn't have a spiritual experience in my room praying or meditating, or it was listening, hope, right? Hope, HOP, hearing other people's experience. I was listening to you guys, and many of you guys sounded like you come from where I come from. Some of you came from worse places than I come from, and you were staying clean. And man, I saw you doing it. And here's what the second step says, all right? This is the basic text. I'll read to you a couple of things, all right? It says this, all right? First of all, it says that many of us don't have a working relationship with a higher power, all right? A working relationship with a higher power. That it talks about that, you know, and so I didn't have a working relationship with a higher power, and you know, so it says this. I want to read to you the line that I want to read to you. It says this, all right? It says, the process of coming to believe is similar for most addicts, not all addicts, for most addicts. The process of coming to believe is similar for most addicts, all right? Most of us, not all of us, most of us lacked a working relationship with a higher power. I lacked a working relationship with a higher power, okay? It says we begin to develop this relationship by simply admitting to the possibility of a power greater than ourselves. Now, that's cool. I could do that. The Rastafarians didn't kill me. The Dominicans didn't kill me. I didn't die. They didn't kill me when I was in Rikers Island. You know, that bullet hit the guy next to me. It didn't hit me. Maybe it's possible. I don't got to join the God squad, right? It's possible that there's a power greater than myself that's watching over me, that exists. And so it says we simply begin by simply admitting. So I could admit to the possibility. The next paragraph says this. We talked and listened to others. We saw other people recovering, and they told us what's working for them. We began to see evidence of some power that could not fully be explained. Confronted with this evidence, right? That's what it says. We began to accept the existence of a power greater than ourselves. So in the beginning, I said it's possible. Then later on, I saw Anthony, I saw Dean, I saw Em, I saw Gil, I saw a bunch of people. I see Ramon out there I saw people recovering. They told me what's working for them. I don't gotta have blind faith. I see here, I don't know how many people here, 154 miracles right in front of me. Not blind faith. No, there's 154 miracles in front of me. I see that people are staying clean. Bummy Mike from Keep It Green bought a car and got an apartment. Bummy Mike, all right? Susan got her kids back from BCW. That's a long time ago, BCW, all right? All right. I saw people getting 6 months, 9 months. I saw people recovering. Evidence in front of me. So I went from possibility to acceptance. I don't know if you can see the transition. You literature people can see. I went from possibility to acceptance of a power greater than myself. Then the next paragraph, basic text, right? As we see coincidences and miracles happening in our lives, acceptance becomes trust. Possibility, acceptance, trust. I got myself I don't know if you did not, I got myself gold teeth. I got my gold teeth back. Right? I put gold teeth in my mouth. I bought a Mr. T. I got a gold chain. Right? I'm looking good like a recovering addict should. I got the $5 Muslim oil. I'm smelling good with the oil. I'm clean. I got 6 months. Miracles are happening in my life. I began to trust this power. You understand? It went from possibility to accepting to trusting, man. And I've been clean since I'm 17 years old. A lot of people know me, a lot of people don't. I got clean. I was crazy. I came with a 9mm. I hated God. I hated gay people. I hated white people. I hated black people. I'm Puerto Rican. I hated Puerto Ricans. Right? I hated everybody, man. And little by little, I began to see the people recover. Little by little, I started to stay clean. Little by little, they say this. An old man said this a long time ago. Inch by inch is a cinch. Yard by yard is hard. Right? Little by little, over time, not overnight. It took me 4.5 years to get with a higher power. Okay, some people it takes longer, shorter, but I was able to come to believe, man. And check it out, how I practice the second step. I want to get practical terms. I have a lot of insane thoughts. I know a lot of you guys might not think of that, but I get a lot. I get great ideas. I'm in the shower and I come up with these great ideas that usually ruin my life. So I've learned Before because part of the insanity of Raymond's life is many times I solve one problem with a worse problem, right? I got a little frustration. Now I'm going to jail. No good. So I learned that my best thinking does not help me get to sanity. My best thinking many times is disease, self-will, self-deception, and self-destruction. I need to speak to, now who's a power greater than myself? My sponsor, members of my home group, other recovering addicts. The literature can be a power greater than myself. If I remember having a toothache, now I'm very spiritual and I got all this wisdom from all this recovery. But when I first got clean, I had an abscess in my mouth. And my disease says, listen, get the Bacardi, get your mother's Bacardi and put it in your mouth so that the pain. I call my sponsors, listen, you got an abscess. How about you go to a dentist? I was like, wow, man, that's deep, man. I'm going to go. So my best thinking many times is not good. You got to learn that. Now, if you got arrogance and pride, you got to learn. I had to learn, don't trust yourself. The second admission in the first step says this, right? When we admit our powerlessness and our inability to manage our own lives, when we admit our powerlessness, and check it out, our inability to manage our own lives, we open the door to recovery. It says in the middle of the first step, a second mission must be made in order for our foundation to be complete. If we cannot control our lives, if we cannot control our addictions, how can we control our lives? I cannot control my life. Third time in the first step, when we admit our powerlessness and our inability to manage our own lives, we open the door to a power greater. I cannot manage my own life. I had to accept that in the first step. I need people more mature than me. In the boxing world, they got corner men. I need good corner men to tell me, yo, Ray, you got to stop. You got to jab. Ray, you got to move to the right. Ray, you got to move to the. I need people to show me what I can't see. I need people who've been further down the road, a power greater than myself. I remember there was this guy in my job who was disrespectful with his mouth. And my disease said, I'm gonna beat him up. I'm going to show him you can't talk to me. And I called him somebody. I said, yeah, this guy in my job. The guy said, do you want to go to jail? You want to go back to jail? I was like, wow, I don't want to go back. Learning, check it out. Second step, learning how to share with some people what I'm thinking about doing before I do it. Money, I just dropped a jewel. Telling someone, yo, listen, I'm thinking about doing this. I'm considering doing that. I've been wondering about this. Letting people know what you're thinking about doing before you do it, Raymond, can save you so much pain. I learned this. Second step. So I have a sponsor. I have sponsees that I respect their recovery. I got good men and women that I talk to before I do. Second step is about hope. All right. I can have a good marriage. Look at this guy. There's a guy named Peter and Lucy in Brooklyn. They have a good marriage. This guy got his college degree. If he can do it, I can hope. The message is hope. Next step is hope. Other recovering addicts are getting free. Other recovering addicts are staying clean. Other recovering addicts are living lives beyond their wildest dreams. You can do it too if you don't live the way you want to live, Raymond. Stop doing things your way. Insanity lives in my head. All right. So the other part of the second step is trusting. I trust, right? I got a friend who's Anthony and Gil are here and some other people here. I trust that they love me and they're going to share their experience and not their opinion with me. I'm going to them and I'm being honest. I'm being open-minded, right? You can't tell how to help you. A lot of times I want to do that. It doesn't work that way. If I'm trying to tell somebody, listen, I had a stroke a month ago. I know I know it don't look like it, right? But I had a stroke a month ago. And I had to talk to other people who had strokes and let them share with me, Raymond. Let me tell you what I did. Raymond, Raymond. And so I had to take open-minded. I don't got their experience and listen to them. And so on and on and on. So, and the third thing about it, so I got to be open-minded. I got to trust, right? Very important. And the other thing about the second step is that I got to learn. I got to listen. Some people, I had to learn how to take suggestions, man. I got to learn how to take suggestions. They say this, all the suggestions are free in Narcotics Anonymous. They're all free. The only ones you have to pay for are the ones you don't take. I was like, boom, that's so good. And so I had to learn. Hope stands for hearing other people's experience. Sometimes you're going through pain. HOPE stands for Hold On Pain Ends, right? HOP. And then if you're doing really good, like I'm doing really good right now, helping other people every day. Right? So you go from just listen to other people. I don't have all the answers, right? Humility. Hold on, pain ends. Whatever you're going through is not going to last. COVID-19, we're going to get through it. We're going to get on the other side. We're going to learn a lot from it, And then when we get to the other side, helping other people every day. And so I'm grateful, man. I've learned. Listen, what I did. I've learned how to stop telling my support group what I'm doing and telling them what I'm thinking about doing and letting them speak into my life. There's a decision-making process in the first 3 steps. In the first step, I'm powerless. I got to get honest. When you're honest, it opens the door to hope. Now somebody can share their experience with you, right? Then I get information in the second step. Depending on the information I get in the second step, I can make a good decision in the third step. The more informed I am in the second step, the better decision I can make in the third step. Right. And so I've been clean over 3 decades now. Right. I know I look like I'm only 20, but I've been clean over 3 decades now. I've been able to travel the world, and I'm married. I have children. I've been through pain and suffering and death and grief and all types. I've been through medical issues now. Right. And I'm learning how to not add more problems than I already have. Sanity is the truth. Sanity is consequential thinking. Sanity is living in the moment. Right? I don't know if I'm going to have another stroke next week. Right now, I'm in an NA meeting with a lot of wonderful people. I'm clean. I can speak freely. I got people that love me from all over the world. I haven't been arrested. I haven't been in jail unless I'm doing H&I. NA has changed my life. I came here at 17 years old, crazy. I'll kill you all. I'm crazy. I'm a nice little good man today. I'm a beautiful man today. I love people. I love God. I got it. I got God. I got a higher power. You wouldn't believe it. I got a higher power in my life. Today I have a sacred romance. Right? I pray. I teach my kids how to pray. Beautiful things have happened in my life. If you're new to Narcotics Anonymous, listen to me. NA is not a religious program. No one is going to tell you to believe this or believe that. Don't worry about that. You get to believe or not believe whatever you want. Don't worry. Don't let the disease tell you it's not a religious program. You have people who from all different spiritual paths, no spiritual, whatever. Just don't use. The last thing I want to say is that the literature says, if you don't believe anything, believe the program works. NA works. Addicts are staying clean. I'm in Brooklyn. Anthony's in Long Island. Dean is in the UK somewhere. Emma's in the UK. You got all Miami, Florida, all over the world. Addicts are staying clean. You can stay clean, lose the obsession to use, and find an incredible way of life. We have these meetings to let you know that the drugs don't work and NA does. All right. We have a magnificent, incredible program. When all this is over, you can come to New York. We had thousands of addicts dancing in Times Square. We took over Times Square. We had an NA convention and we were dancing. And even the addicts that don't know how to dance like me, we were still dancing because I'm not ashamed no more. I can dance in front of people. I was in London convention. I was in a dance over there. I was in Sweden. I've been to. Listen, when this thing is over, we will hug again. All right, we will hug again. Listen, if you're new, please keep coming back. The last thing I'll say is this: if you've been around for a while, with a lot of our members with a lot of clean time, I got a wife, I got a job, I got a business, I got this, I got that. Sometimes we get incredible lives. Please, if you got clean time, continue to do step work. Please continue to go to the next level of your recovery. Sometimes good things are the enemy of the best things. You understand? I don't get $5 if you work the steps or not. I'm just trying to encourage you. We have old people with a lot of clean time that are relapsing, that have killed themselves, please. Continue to do step work. Continue to work your recovery. There's new levels waiting for me, for you, for there's new level. And if you're a good drug addict, if you're a good addict, you want more. I want more hope, more peace, more joy. I want to spend 30 years married. I want to buy another car, material things, they say they don't matter. They matter, they don't make me who I am. Today, I have the things don't got me. There's a difference, you understand? And so we do recover. There's hope in NA. We love you. Keep coming back. Please make meetings on Zoom. Even if you don't like Zoom, make meetings on Zoom. The first step says we got to do the things we don't want to do, right? And so I love you all. Hope, 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 hope. Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you for sharing, man. Come on, man.
Better.